Hello my friends, my name is Mohammed Naveed, and in this lecture I am going to teach you selection, direct selection tool and group selection tool in Adobe Illustrator. First we will learn selection tool. For example, if I have for example rectangle, for example, okay, and if I color it, okay, and for example if I have another rectangle, and if I want to work, okay, if I want to work on this object, so definitely if I click, definitely if I click again, so now it's giving me another you can say rectangle. So for example, if I want to select or if I want to work on this rectangle, so what will I use? I will use selection tool. So if I go in toolbox of Adobe Illustrator and if I click on selection tool and if I click, so now you can see that now this object has been selected. Now I can easily work on this object. What can I do with this selection tool? I can change the width, I can change the height, and I can also rotate this object in any direction. Getting me? So with the help of selection tool, we can change the size and we can also rotate our object. Then what do we have next? We have a direct selection tool. So what is the meaning of direct selection tool? For example, if I have object like this, and if I want to work, on this, you can say points. For example, if I select this object with selection tool or only selection tool, so you can see that I can select only just this object. But let's suppose if I want to work on you can say on this objects, you can say points. So what will I use? I will use direct selection tool. So definitely if I click on direct selection tool, so if I click and drag, if I select this object point, and if I click and drag, so as you can see that now I can change definitely my object, and definitely I can make any object I like. Getting me? So with the help of direct selection tool, we can change, we can work on, you can say, points. Getting me? So objects points. So you can see that if I want like this, definitely I can get this. Getting me? So with the help of direct selection tool, what can we do? We can definitely work on points. If we talk about selection tool, so with the help of selection tool, we can only select our object. Then what do we have next? We have group selection tool. So what is mean a group selection tool? For example, uh, if I delete this object and if I take rectangle and one more rectangle, and for example if if they both are same, so what will I do? I will go in objects and I will click on group. So as you can see that now they both are in one group, means that if I click and drag one object, so definitely you can see that other object is also moving. For example, if I want my object here, or if I want to change the width, or if I want to rotate one object, so you can see that now other object also rotating. Why? Because they both are in one you can say group. So for example, I have a group like this, but right now I want to only work, I want to only work on you can say this object. So how can I work? Definitely with the help of group selection tool I can work. So what I do, I will go in toolbox and I will click on group selection tool. Now I will select this object, and definitely as you can see that now only this object has been selected, not this object. Why? Because I said group selection, and if I click and drag, you can see that now I can only move this object, not this object. Why? Because I said group selection tool. Getting me? So when you have you can group like this, and if you want to just only work on one object, so definitely with the help of group selection tool we can do. And if I click outside, and if I click on selection tool, and if I click you can say definitely if I take selection tool, as you can see that still they both are in same group. Getting me? So if we have a group like this, and if you only want to work on just one object, so how can we work? Definitely with the help of group selection tool we can work. And if we come out and if we take selection tool, so as you can see that definitely we can you can say we can keep this object in one group. Getting me? So what did we learn in this lecture? We learned selection tool, direct selection tool and group selection tool. What is my selection tool? Definitely if we have many objects and if you want to work on just one object, so definitely with the help of selection tool we can work. Then what do we have next? We have direct selection tool. With the help of direct selection tool we can work on the points of the object. And group selection tool means if we have the group and if you want to just only work on one object, so with the help of group selection tool we can do. I hope you have understood.